Welcome to the fourth video in this series. If you haven't seen the other videos, I've put the link below where I am going to go through the series if you would like to watch the previous videos. So I've kind of regrouped a little bit, and well, not regrouped, but sorted through what I have left in the kit and my original ideas. And then I've also pulled out some stuff from my stash and have more ideas on what I want to do. So this is still like something I really want to do, but I'm having a hard time imagining or thinking of how I want to do this. Even though in the beginning I had a great idea, but I'm not really feeling it right now. So I'm going to put this aside for later. And then this one I'd really like to do toward the beginning because I love both sides of this and I want to be able to use whatever I have left for other layouts. So what I pulled into here was I want to make it on a white cardstock. I know, so creative. I pulled out some ephemera pieces from both the die cut set and also some cut aparts from the Citrus Twist kits. And I've also pulled aside maybe some of this washi from Michaels to go along with this. So I'm going to put this aside. So I'm hoping to do this next. And then, oh, and I also had, I got these stamps at Hero Arts. So I wanted these Kelly Parky stamps. So I thought this would match that previous picture. And for this one, I have found some pictures of my kitty cat to match this and the way I want to make the layout. So again, well, for this one, I mostly want to use this, but I'm going to need a piece of cardstock in the back. So I pulled this, and then I have these left over from my first couple layouts. So I'm hoping to incorporate these with them. And I've also pulled some ephemera, of course, from the die cuts. So what I usually do is after I finish a layout, whatever die cuts I didn't use from the kit, I put back into my little iris containers of what I have left to use. So I pulled these out, this, and I think that's it from the kit. I also have these. Oh, I still have these, so I have this to the side. I have these alphas, and then these word stickers that I don't know which I'll use for, but I want to make sure that they're on my desk, so at least I know that, so I'm reminded that I want to use them. I'm also thinking of using some thread on this, so I pulled those aside. And I'm hoping also to do, oh, and then I also had pulled some doilies from my stash, and I wasn't sure what the alphas, so I pulled out some thickers, and then these two, which I had pulled out before, just these really white, skinny alphas, and then these really old Heidi Swapp white rub-on alphas. So I did pull quite a bit from my stash for this, which again, I don't have a problem with because I have so much stuff in my stash. I'm excited to, use stuff up. So this hopefully is one of my next layouts. And then I'm kind of just going through what what I'm planning on, and then I don't know how much of it, I'll get done. But at the end of the video, I'll show you what I did do in this next batch. So these are the pictures from in the hospital, and I want to loosely base it on this sketch. I don't normally do more than like 1 or 2 photos, so I'm kind of excited to try this. I did pull, I'm, again, going to use it on white cardstock, and I'm hoping to do some masking fluid in the circles, and then use some watercolors. So that's for this one. And then this is this. And then the gauze I pulled from the from the kit along with some of these cut aparts just to see if any of them match. And I also got this little acetate bag to see if I can maybe put some hidden journaling somewhere. And then I thought this paper might be good for layering. And then this is from last month's kit, so I've just pulled this in maybe as a title, or also maybe these, I'm not sure. So I put this, I'm gonna put this to the side. And then this one, I know what I want to do, kind of. I did pull out some, I want to use craft cardstock in the back, and then use some of this. I'm not totally in love with this side, so I'm not too worried about using, you know, having this paper left till the end. I do like this side, but the back, I'm not, you know, gonna cry or be upset if I don't have any left for layering later. I pulled these tags and then this ephemera, and I also wanted to maybe use this orange satin acrylic paint. I tried it on, it came in the Grace Box kit also in June, and I used it and I really love the color. It's a really nice orange. And then I just pulled some stencils. I'm kind of leaning toward this and a little bit more of a distressed look for this layout. So this is what I have here. And then I'm not really feeling this picture with this right now, but I'm feeling very inspired for this picture. So I have, again, surprise, some white cardstock. And then I'm hoping to get lots of layering with this. And then I also thought maybe I can use some of this red to pull this red in. So it would have the red, the yellow, and blue. Although, I don't know, I'll probably just use a little bit of the yellow. But this also might be cute to cut this out, maybe fussy cut this out. And then this is the ephemera that I pulled out, and I thought a lot of these colors will probably be good for layering. And then and then this also from the ephemera pack, and I also pulled these enamel dots from my stash. So after, I mean, those are my plans. We'll see how they go. After that, the only picture that I pulled out was this one, so I probably won't be able to do it, but I still am gonna keep it with the kit. And then the other thing was I had maybe some art pictures that I wanted to scrap to go along with these, but those are, again, you know, a little bit later. So in my head, I'm thinking that I'm gonna do as many layouts as I can and as many layouts as I feel inspired to, and then I usually kind of take a break for maybe a week or sometimes even 2 weeks, just because I, you know, just looking through the same stuff, it does get a little bit, you know, I just get tired of it. It's not that I don't like what's left, but I do just get tired of it. So I usually like to put it aside for a few weeks and then come back to it. And then, yeah, and I usually actually have another kit, like an older kit or something, or other projects to do if I feel, you know, creative and I want to do a few things in the during that break. All right, so thanks for watching. Actually, wait, this is going to continue. So you will see that whole spiel I should have said at the end of the video. So this video will be connected to what I end up making in this group of layouts. So I ended up making 4 layouts with this, in this phase or batch, or whatever you want to call it, of working with this kit. This first one, I used to make a lot of Disney layouts, but I haven't recently because I don't have any recent Disney photos because I haven't been in a while. But before, I had a really hard time scrapping this photo, and I realize now that it's because there are a lot of non-traditional Disney colors. There's like yellow and blue and pink, and so that's why I think this picture stood out to me, because those were some of the colors in the kit. So I hand drew a Mickey's head on a scratch paper, and then I pierced through it, and I did the hand stitching in the yellow twine. And I did add some things from my stash, but I think this is the first Disney layout that I've made without it being like Disney product. I mean, I know I have this one and this, but aside from that, everything is not. So I'm thinking about maybe adding a few things here or here. The paper got kind of wrinkled because I'm not using really nice cardstock. I'm out. And when I was piercing it, it kept getting wrinkled. But I might leave it like this. I was thinking about journaling here. But then, yeah, so I'm thinking about that. So usually, as you can see, sometimes I just put things aside, and sometimes they're done, and sometimes I go back and, you know, finish things up or add things and things like that. But for now, I'm liking this the way this is. This is one I used my new Kelly Parkey stamp set for this, and I wanted to use more of these, but I just took this one out and curved it on my acrylic block to match the curve of this circle that I cut out. So it says San Francisco. And thinking about it now, I would love to put a little bit here of this, but I think I kind of cheated when I cut this. I didn't cut the whole circle. So maybe I'll see if what I have left of this and see if my cutter is still, yeah, it's probably actually set at that thing. So I might try to add it here, or it's okay here. My friend might be able to journal here. But anyways, these I fussy cut out of the paper. And yeah, like this. Okay, so I really struggled with this because originally I wanted to do some other things. I'll show you what I was trying to do. I was trying to do like this and then layer this on top of it, but the oranges just didn't match. So I just decided to go with this as the background. And these stamps, these foam stamps, they're Humongo. And they are from, I'm trying to find them, by Heidi Swapp from like 10-15 years ago. But this is what they look like. I can't believe I still have them. And one side is little, one side is the big. And I used to use this a lot with acrylic paints, but I hated it because it would take so much paint and it would kind of always come out looking distressed, which is okay. But I recently saw on an art journaling video by Vicky P. I know everyone watches her, I just don't know how to say her last name. She said to put some water on it first and then kind of just dab it and then put the black or whatever ink you want on it. So you can see that it came out really nice and it was so easy to wash, and I'm kind of liking this big title. So I have going to be putting these closer to my desk and see what kind of fun I can get into. I stamped without really thinking about where everything was going, but I think it's a fun page, and it kind of actually, using these brought me back to, you know, 10 years ago when I was scrapbooking a lot with them, so that was fun. And then this last one is kind of, it ended up being kind of funny. And I usually don't share that many stories, you know, about what my layouts are about, but I need to share it because it's really funny. Well, I think it's funny looking back now because sometimes you can only think of, sometimes you have to look at the funny things. So basically I was going through chemo and I had an allergic reaction to the chemo, which was platinum based. So I had a friend who was doing the same thing, and she kept saying, I don't want platinum in my body, I want platinum on my finger. Anyways, sorry, that was just a funny thing, but I actually started out the journaling with that. But after we both coincidentally had allergic reaction, you know, separately, we had to do it in ICU because they had to monitor the vitals and totally increase the amount of steroids that we were taking. But you know, when you go to ICU, most patients are, you know, they're in critical condition, right? So, or not critical, intense. I forgot what it's called. What's ICU stand for? I know what it is. Anyways, people who are there aren't walking around or have to use the bathroom, so they don't have any patient bathrooms in the hallway or in the rooms. What they have is they have this crazy swinging toilet that comes out from under the sink, and that's what you have to use. And luckily, it was just one night, times, you know, 4 or 5 times that I had to do it. But so I kind of made it funny. So I wrote allergic to the parentheses platinum toilet, because it was just, yeah, that's really funny, guys. Like, seriously, like, that's really where I had to use the bathroom. Anyways, so I tried to use some funny things in here, and I used the gauze that came with it. I also used my not new, but someone got it as a gift. It's a Ranger Mist, and it might be really hard to see it, but I could see it, I think, right there. I sprayed it all over. And then I also used this white cheap nail polish I bought specifically to see if I can put some, not splatters, but, you know, so I thought it kind of went with the layout and the theme. It's the first time I've actually left the middle empty. I didn't think I was going to have so much journaling right here. So, yeah, that was this last one. So I'm going to take a break from this kit because I am really tired of, you know, shuffling through everything. I did notice that I don't have that many embellishments left, which I think is very new to me. So I know that the July kit's going to be coming out soon, or the sneak peeks are going to come out. So I've been buying the extra paper. So I either have to not buy extra paper or get the paper and an embellishment add-on. But no, I'll be careful. So yeah, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put everything away and then probably try to do maybe 1 and then maybe 2 more batches and see what else I can come up with. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you're having a crafty day, and catch you next time.